remembering those that perished on the sinking of the RMS Titanic on April 15, 1912. The information provided was obtained and used from findagrave.com. This video contains passengers with the last name starting with P. The remaining passengers will follow shortly. Dr. Alfred Payne, age 23, born in Canada. He was in London furthering his studies as a doctor and was traveling back to Canada. Alfred was booked on another ship but had to transfer to the Titanic as a second-class passenger. He perished in the sinking and his body was never recovered. Alfred's cenotaph is located in Canada. The next victim is the Powell-Sun family. Mother, Alma Cornelia Berglund Powell-Sun, age 29. Torberg Denira Powell-Sun, age 8. Paul Folks Powell-Sun, age 6. Stina Viola Powell-Sun, age 3. Gosta Leonard Powell-Sun, age 2. They were all born in Sweden. Alma was married and was traveling to Illinois, where her husband had emigrated there along with her 2 brothers. Alma took too long getting the 4 children to the lifeboats and all perished in the sinking. Alma's body was recovered by the Minia and listed as number 206. Alma was buried in Canada and the children's cenotaph is located there as well. Alma's hair was fair in color. She was wearing a brown coat, green cardigan, a dark skirt, a brown shirt, boots, and no stockings. Alma's effects were 1 gold ring, 1 brass ring, a mouth organ, a purse, 65 kroner, 60 ore, 2 coins, papers that was a letter, and cards, and 4 Titanic tickets belonging to her children. Son Paul celebrated his 6th birthday the day before the sinking. The next victim is the Panula family. Mother, Maria Emilia Ohala Katola Panula, age 41. Son, Arnesti Arvid Panula, age 16. Son, Jocko Arnold Panula, age 15. Son, Juha Nilo Panula, age 7. Son, Urho Abraham Panula, age 2. Son, Aino Viljami Panula, age 1. The family were from Finland. Maria was married on Valentine's Day 1892, and they had 8 children. 3 of the 8 predeceased her, 2 at infancy and 1 drowned at age of 10. Maria was traveling to Pennsylvania and boarded the Titanic with her 5 children and was accompanied by her neighbor's daughter. Maria and Aino were placed on the lifeboats, but left, due to not wanting to be parted from her other children. They all perished in the sinking and their bodies were never recovered. The Mansion House Fund paid £50 each to her husband and mother. An additional $483 was compensated for the loss of the entire family and divided equally. The husband protested, stating he paid for all the tickets and his mother-in-law had paid nothing. He lost the protest. The next victim is Clifford Richard Parker, age 17, born in Guernsey. He was a clerk and boarded the Titanic as a second-class passenger. Clifford's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is William Henry Marsh Parr, age 29, born in England. He was an assistant manager of the electrical department at Harland and Wolff Shipyard. William joined the Titanic as a member of the 9-strong Guarantee Group. He perished in the sinking and his body was never recovered. William's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Austin Partner, age 40, born in England. He was a stockbroker and was traveling to Canada. Austin was married and had 2 boys. His body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 166. Austin was buried in England on May 23, 1912. The next victim is Jacob Pazik, age 20, born in Slovenia. He was a farmer and boarded the Titanic. Jacob was a third-class passenger and was traveling to Minnesota. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is George Patchett, age 19, born in England. He was a farming engineer and was traveling to Canada with another gentleman. They were originally booked on the Empress, but due to the coal strike, they were transferred to the Titanic. They both perished in the sinking and George's body was never recovered. His cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Stefo Pavlovich, age 31, born in Croatia. He was married and his occupation was listed as a laborer. Stefos was traveling to Pennsylvania and was a third-class passenger. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Vivian Arthur Ponsonby Payne, age 23, born in Canada. He was the private secretary to Charles Hayes. Vivian's body was never recovered. A brass tablet in his memory is located in Canada. The next victim is the Peacock family. Mother, Edith Treesteal Niall Peacock, age 26. Son, Albert Peacock, age 7 months. Daughter, Treesteal Peacock, age 3. They were all from England. The family was immigrating to New Jersey. However, at that time, Edith fell ill and her husband traveled alone. The time had finally come and Edith boarded the Titanic with her 2 children and were third-class passengers. Their bodies were never recovered. The next victim is Ernest Pierce, age 31, born in England. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Ernest's occupation was listed as a farmer. The next victim is Thomas Clinton Pears, age 29, born in England. His family owns the famous Pears Soap Company. He boarded the Titanic with his wife. She survived the sinking, but Thomas did not. Thomas's body was never recovered. His cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Olaf Peterson, age 28, born in Norway. His occupation was listed as a general laborer. Olaf boarded the Titanic and was traveling to Washington. His body was never recovered. The next victim is Giuseppe Peduzzi, age 24, born in Italy. He perished in the sinking. Giuseppe's body was never recovered or identified. His cenotaph is located in Italy. The next victim is Edvard Piccanini, age 21, born in Finland. His occupation was listed as a general laborer and he was traveling to New York. Edvard was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. The next victim is Nikolai Johannes Peltomäki, age 25, born in Finland. His occupation was listed as a general laborer and he was traveling to New York. Nikolai was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. The next victim is Victor Panasco y Castellana, age 24, born in Spain. He boarded the Titanic with his wife and were first-class passengers. They were spending a long honeymoon of 17 months. Victor's wife survived the sinking, but he did not. Victor was one of the 2 Spanish victims. He is remembered on his wife's mausoleum in Spain. The next victim is Frederick William Pengilly, age 19, born in England. He was to set sail on another ship, but due to the coal strike, he was transferred to the Titanic. Frederick was a second-class passenger and was accompanied by 3 other gentlemen. They were traveling to Montana. Frederick's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is John Henry Perkin, age 23, born in England. In 1912, he was encouraged to emigrate to Canada. He boarded the Titanic and was accompanied by several family members. They were third-class passengers and all of them perished in the sinking. John's body, if recovered, was never identified. He is remembered on the family headstone in England. The next victim is René Pernot, age 39, born in France. He was a second-class passenger and he perished in the sinking. René's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Reverend Benedict Pereschitz, age 41, born in Germany. He boarded the Titanic and was traveling to Minnesota, where he was going to be a principal of a high school. Benedict was a second-class passenger. As the Titanic was sinking, he and another priest gave absolution to those who were about to die. When no more women were near, he was offered a place on a lifeboat, in which he declined. Benedict's body, if recovered, was never identified. He is remembered with a plaque inside the monastery in Germany. The next victim is Catherine Peters, age 27, born in Ireland. She had been living in New York for 4 years and returned home to visit family and friends. While being home, she developed a romance with a local athlete. They both boarded the Titanic along with another female companion and were third-class passengers. They both perished in the sinking, but the female companion survived. Catherine's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Marius Petersen, age 24, born in Denmark. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Marius's occupation was listed as a dairy worker. The next victim is Matilda Petronek, age 28, born in Croatia. She was a widowed servant and was accompanied by a male person as she boarded the Titanic. They were traveling to Pennsylvania and were third-class passengers. Matilda's body, if recovered, was never identified. Her ticket was found on the male body that accompanied her. The next victim is Paschal Petrov, age 29, born in Bulgaria. His occupation was listed as a general laborer. He boarded the Titanic as a third-class passenger and was traveling to Illinois. Paschal's body, if recovered, was never identified. Paschal is commemorated on a stone in Ireland. The next victim is Nadielko Petrov, age 19, born in Bulgaria. He was a potter and boarded the Titanic as a third-class passenger. He was accompanied by several fellow inhabitants of his home village. Nadielko was traveling to Illinois. His body, if recovered, was never identified. Nadielko is commemorated on a stone in Ireland. The next victim is the Pedersen family. Brother, Johan Emil Pedersen, age 25. Sister, Ellen Natalia Pedersen, age 18. They were born in Sweden. Johan boarded the Titanic with his sister and they were third-class passengers. He was traveling to Illinois while Ellen was traveling to Michigan. They both perished in the sinking. Their bodies, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Escat Robert Phillips, age 42, born in Wales. He was married and had one daughter. His wife had just passed away from tuberculosis. Escat decided to emigrate to Pennsylvania. He purchased tickets for him and his daughter on the SS Philadelphia, but due to the coal strike, they were transferred to the Titanic. They were second-class passengers. His daughter survived the sinking, but Escat did not. Escat is remembered on the monument in Ireland. The next victim is Vasil Plotcharsky, age 26, born in Bulgaria. His occupation was listed as a general laborer and he was traveling to Oklahoma. He perished in the sinking and Vasil's body was never recovered. He is remembered on the monument in Scotland. The next victim is Tom Pokernik, age 23, born in Croatia. He is remembered on a monument in Scotland. There is no information available on this gentleman. I am leaving this lily for you, sir. You are not forgotten. May you rest easy. The next victim is Mate Pokernik, age 16, born in Croatia. He is remembered on a monument in Scotland. There is no information available on this gentleman. I am leaving this lily for you, sir. You are not forgotten. May you rest easy. The next victim is Martin Ponsel, age 23, born in Denmark. He was traveling to New York. Martin's body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Walter Chamberlain Porter, age 46, born in Massachusetts. He perished in the sinking. Walter was buried in Massachusetts in the family plot. The next victim is Franz Pohlbaum, age 27, born in Germany. His occupation was listed as a machinist. Franz lived in New York and returned to Europe for a visit. He was a second-class passenger and was returning back to New York. Franz's body, if recovered, was never identified. His trunk was recovered from the ocean floor and some of his personal belongings were restored. Among one of the items was his declaration of intention to become a citizen of the United States. The next victim is Usher Polner, age 15, born in Russia. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. If you like this content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel at MeTime806. Thank you very much.